Welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm Josh Coan.
I'm Carter Burquest.
Today we're talking about the Minnesota Twins. Always excited in the middle of the summer when we get to talk about the Twins and their trades because, like always, it seems like always, the Twins are once again sellers at the deadline. We're not going to break down every single move that they made, but clearly getting rid of Dozier, and they're clearly getting rid of people. So they're trying to trade guys for prospects. We're sellers at the deadline. A lot of fans are upset because, quite honestly, it's frustrating to kind of give up on the season this early, but the smart baseball move this might be to make those trades right now. What do you think about the Twins being sellers at the deadline? Do you think they're making good moves?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough to be a seller at the deadline. By no means am I excited that we're in this position. You'd way rather be buyers in the thick of the playoff hunt and be getting and adding pieces to your team. But in the scenario that we're stuck in right now, I think you had to sell, and I'm glad we sold as much as we did. Now, Dozier, I think we sold extremely low. We could have got a lot more for him the past few years, but again, like last year we were competing, so you weren't going to trade him then. 2 years ago, you maybe could have traded him, so I'm not sure. I mean, I think you had to trade him because you're most likely going to lose him at the end of the season anyways. So I think that's a good trade to get pieces. I am really sad of the Escobar trade. He was one of my favorite players, extremely fun to watch, a great clubhouse guy, somebody that just seemed to always step up wherever needed and make a big play and step in, whether he was a utility guy, whether he was playing third, short, wherever that was. He always seemed to be a guy making a play, so it was tough to see him go. I think you had to sell it. I think it was definitely the right move, not obviously fun. Who knows if any of these guys we got we'll ever even see in the major leagues, but you had to trade. You're going to lose them in the offseason, so you might as well get something for them.
Yeah, I mean, I got to agree with you. It is the smart baseball move, and every baseball team does this. They analyze at the midway point whether their team really has a shot or not, and if they don't, they sell. Realistically, the Twins didn't have much of a shot this year, unfortunately, because we both said before the season started that we thought we had a decent team coming back this year that made the playoffs last year. So it's hard to be sellers, and as a fan's perspective, it's really hard because you've gotten to know some of these guys and like these guys like Escobar, like Dozier, and then you trade them for guys you've never heard of. And even if you know more than anyone ever, you still don't know how these guys are going to turn out. They're still prospects. They're still potential. And so it's hard as a fan to get rid of names that you love for guys you've never heard of. I never like being a seller. I never like the message it sends, but that's more of a fan. I understand from a baseball perspective that it's the smart move sometimes to sell. And with these guys, again, like you said, their contracts being up at the end of this year. What are our chances of re-signing them anyways? I don't know, so get rid of them now, try to get something for them. It's probably the smart move, it's probably the right move, but I still don't like it.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Definitely tough to see Dozier go as well, somebody who's really carried the team the last 4 or 5 years. But one thing I actually heard, and I think it's actually a really good point and something that made me feel a lot better, was looking at these trades, even if these guys never make it to the major leagues, it just adds bullets to the Twins chamber from the farm system. So let's say next year we're competing. We got 4, 5, 6 prospects that we added that now we can use as pieces to trade in the future if we become buyers. And I think that really changed my perspective, as these are just pieces we're adding that eventually we can trade as well if we do become buyers, because hopefully in the near future, I don't think we're that far off, we're going to be in the buying position. So we might as well sell off, get as many pieces as we can, so when we do need to go out and get a reliever or get a middle of the lineup bat next year, we have more pieces to do so. That made me feel a lot better, and something that I think is really important over these next few years as we're hoping to compete.
Yeah, I get that. And again, it's probably a smart move, but it's hard when you do this every single year. Like, as fans, you're waiting, okay, at what point are we gonna actually be? And like you said, maybe it's next year, maybe the year after, but we've literally been waiting for years for this next year, the next year. Well, soon we'll be there, and we still seem like we're so far away. So it's frustrating as a fan, but I completely get what you're saying, and it is probably, again, the right baseball move.
Agreed.
All right, what do you guys think? Do you like the trades? Are you glad that we were selling for future prospects? Or do you wish maybe we were buyers, or wish we would have done something different? Let us know what you think. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.